secret chat websites, a potential mole, and a whole lot of incompetence. And today, I'm going to show it all to you.
The Chinese government has systematically identified, captured, and killed up to 20 informants working for the CIA.
Our covert assets are the most precious asset any CIA officer has.
We had 20 U.S.-related spies and operatives.
What's up, people? All right, let's get ready to do this shit. I'm thinking about either going live and watching videos and stay here a while and do updates, but I feel like maybe that's gonna be too long. But who knows? Maybe I'll stay here for a while and go over the market because of how everything's playing out. So today you had the S&P 500. I pointed out in my last videos, there's an 8-hour candle trend line. And you're gonna see it right now. 8-hour trend line. This dark purple line. And then we also have a daily. This daily goes from all the way, I believe, down here. Yeah. So this one's a new one that I just did. I'm gonna take this one out. Take this one out. This one out. So we have this daily, and then we have this 8-hour candle. I'm gonna zoom in, take all the shit out, because I know people are gonna be confused as fuck. So once I saw that we were having this bad news today, because of pretty much bad news in Iran. Bad news in Iran, no good news, especially early in the morning. And once I saw that, especially because we were getting consumer sentiment at 8 in the morning, and as you can see right here, so here we have 11:45, 12:30 is when the market has to make a move. Normally you pay attention to 7:35, 7:45 to 8:30 to see if we have a breakup or go down. If we don't have no move, that tells me the market is very nervous. And then once we get to 11:45, 12:30, and also knowing that we have data coming out at 8 o'clock, and also how we created a gap, I knew that this price right here was going to be key. It was going to create a support. On top of that, I knew that we had this 8-hour candle, and most likely once we had bad news, we are going to come down and test it. And this will be a key area to let us know if the market is really scared for this war or what's happening, or are we still optimistic for it or whatnot. We did ended up getting good news from a stock. I don't know if it was earnings or just it rose good overnight. I think the dumbass ended up tweeting about it, and that's why the next day that stock ended up going up, besides the earnings that it had, the report that it had. The second thing is, so we are on an 8-hour trend line that we respected all day today. As it played out and I saw that 11:45 it didn't break on up, I figured we're gonna continue going up because we closed just high. And look how they use data or earnings to verify why the market is, what's the word, like to an excuse. The market is still up because of this one tech stock had a good earnings or rose up, so that's good for the Nasdaq, and that kept the market up. Bullshit. It's just how the market works. So now right here, what it's telling me is let's check ChatGPT. I already updated the what the fuck. I already updated the geopolitical news, the president action and schedule for the rest of the week, and next week data. I mean tomorrow's data, which is not gonna be data. It's just gonna be Fed members talking, if I believe so. The real move is gonna start Thursday. When you're getting Thursday, we're gonna start getting more data, and Friday is your most important fucking day. So this is just bullshit right here, and that's what he's doing too. He's buying time. They're buying time to get closer to the end of the week. Once we get to like Wednesday evening, Thursday, you'll hear more news about the war. You'll hear more. We'll see more tweets. For now, they gotta let the market sustain, especially with this good news from the market, and it's just to keep it. But at some point, we should have a potential pullback, or we could avoid all this fucking bad shit, and then with this data and war being over, drive up even higher, especially with Tweetman. So, oh yeah, back to ChatGPT. So the current market condition, the market remains inside a higher time frame bullish structure, but the character of the market is changing. This is no longer easy upside expansion. Now we're entering late stage headline sentiment bullish conditions. Yeah, the headline is, hey, and it has been since fucking 3-4 months already. The war's already almost over. It's 95% done. I destroyed the shit out of everything. Any minute now, they're gonna sign some papers. Even though I'm talking shit like this to them, even though I'm talking to them like if they're fucking little pussies, I'm sure they're gonna sign this paper because I'm not putting them on blast to the whole fucking world. Meaning, trend is still bullish. Higher time frame still favor conditions, but volatile risk increasing sharply underneath resistance. All right. Current global market environment. The S&P is now heavily reacting to number one, Iran negotiations, Hormuz, Syria instability, oil stability. It went up to 93, 92, and that's so. Once we get to 91, below 91, that's peace and love. So if there's no peace and love, when we start hearing bullshit, you gotta start seeing it go up to 95. It's gonna stay. So what you want for actual peace and love it's actually that. Okay. It's the daily change already. Daily still here. 4 candle 50 Fibonacci right here. 4 candle right there. Same area. 50 Fibonacci right here. C3. 2. 50 is a green. All right. So by tonight or 1 in the morning, we should see, if we escalate, we're gonna see it back to 94. If not, we're gonna just see it get stuck to 91. Once we start seeing it stuck to 91, below peace and love, that's what's gonna tell you. And by then, you should see. And if that happens, it's because you're gonna see Twitter man be posting about it. Like if the deal's gonna be happening for real, like I will be posting pictures. I'll be posting pictures of the paperwork. I'll be just like, hey, this is for real this time. Look, I know last time I told you guys, but look, I'm not lying. Like, look. Here they are. These are the guys. They're gonna sign the paperwork, and then the market will really start flying up. All these just tweets like, yep, it's on the way. Any minute now. I'm working on it. It's like it. I wouldn't go crazy on stocks. So I believe he knows he needs to. He's going to tweet something like a screenshot of the paperwork. He's gonna just something to be like, yeah, I did it. United States, woo, USA. Nobody can, stand up against us. We're the best, and all that fucking bullshit. Cause that's pretty much what he said on his tweet. On the tweet, he said, "Yo, I want these motherfuckers to, give up. I want them to have the white flag. I want them to, we give up, great America, so and so, whatnot." So anyways, back to the S&P 500, back to this right here. Trump has officially canceled the Camp David portion of the week and will remain the White House. Market for this as negotiation entering serious operational implement phase. Cabinet level, blah, 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 blah. If we're still in war, oil will go up. Oil goes up, yield goes up, recession fears come in. You take out the war, oil goes down, yields go down, fears of recession go down. It's a fucking simple as fucking that. Biggest upcoming economic event, PC inflation data this week. This means larger macro stability because directly affects Fed flexibility, rate classification, blah, 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 blah. You guys, I'm pretty sure you guys don't. So, major resistance zone 543, 543, 543 and 57, I believe it said, right? 57, 543 and 57. So this range right here, this is what we need, where we're having rejections. 510, the most important area to control, 510. So 510 here to hold. It makes sense because that's also where the gap is at. So let's go back to this. $7.45 to $8.30, the major sweet spot window. This is one of the most important windows overnight. Why? Because this typically Asia liquidity starts positioning more aggressively. Futures establish short-term control, and the market begins showing whether buyers truly have accepted or upside is rejecting. The window often determines overnight determination, directional bias. Asia sweet spot levels overnight 521 and 531. 521. 21 and 31. So in between right here. Yep. So your 7:45 to 8:30 is coming up. What are we looking for tomorrow? Where is that's what you tomorrow we're paying attention to updates about the war. If he striked, if we striked, if peace and love and all that fucking bullshit. And the fuckers that are gonna be talking. We don't have data. So tomorrow is gonna be driven by Fed members talking. So get the fuck out of the way. It's all gonna be just driven on the war tweets. tweets is what's gonna move the market tomorrow. And if some company went up or down, especially if it's a tech company, like fucking just it rolls up, and therefore because of that the market sustained and blah 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 blah. So since we're only having the tweet, and it doesn't make sense why the market is optimistic if we just attacked, like we're in conflict, and therefore the market self sustain. And they get the fuck out of here. Another thing that's giving me the red flag is crypto. Instead of crypto also rallying, being positive with it, Ethereum and Bitcoin are falling. And especially the fact that Ethereum is holding below this 3 monthly support, which is now resistance, and how it broke this weekly 50 Fibonacci, and it's testing this 8-hour candle 50 Fibonacci. That's right here. So it's testing those. So it's either gonna maintain here, and as we come to the nighttime in the morning tomorrow, we're either gonna try one more time. We're most likely gonna maybe get bad news from the war, and if I see Ethereum or Bitcoin start breaking this, especially this box for Ethereum, and Ethereum starts going down and testing this price right here overnight or tomorrow in general, it's telling me that we're most likely gonna have a pullback from the S&P 500, especially if the Ethereum maintains in this lower price in between 2076 to 2051. And XRP should be the same. Yeah, XRP should be the same. All three of these are gonna be react the same, and all three of them are telling the same fucking shit. They needed to break this to show bullishness. Ethereum need to break this to show bullishness. Bitcoin needs to break this to show bullishness. They're all fucking doing the same thing, and they're all holding on these crucial support areas, whether it be a weekly 50, whether it be a monthly, a daily. They're all fucking screaming, yo, we need this, we need this, we need this good news. Otherwise, we're gonna sort of start falling down because. And then what's showing you that is the war. You can see how they're trying to not admit I'm having trouble with this, and try to make it seem like we're defeating this. This war that I started, I'm gonna finally fix it. And I'm gonna make a big deal because it took 4 months to do and nobody was helping me. It was just me by myself, but I ended up doing it. I'm such a fucking great president in USA, me, all this shit. Otherwise, you're gonna look fucking stupid if you surrender. And you can see already Bitcoin is not looking bueno. Ethereum, they're hold both. I'm telling you. So this is what give me the red flag. Whereas at the same time, you're just having S&P hold. So that's why I believe, because this is it. We either gotta shoot up high to create momentum and touch this trend line later on. Otherwise, we're gonna start sitting sideways here, breaking it overnight, and overnight we're gonna have to shoot up high as fuck to get back on the 8-hour trend, or we're gonna start just consolidating, breaking this trend line, closing maybe a 2-hour candle, or tomorrow in the evening we close below it. It's telling me that this 8-hour candle is already canceled, and potentially our next move is gonna be this daily trend line. This happened already before with S&P just a couple of weeks ago. Same situation. It was coming up near the a trend. It bought time enough to get to it, because if you saw what data was coming out and everything, you knew like the market wasn't gonna shoot on up like crazy, especially because there was no data the next day, or that data wasn't explained. So you knew that, so we're gonna start canceling this trend line. So that means this is over. This trend is over. So we might have a pullback and this is not. So that's why it's important to see what your average trend lines are at, just so you can know how the market is gonna react to it. What data is coming out the next day? What's the headline? So, and let me see if we close a forward candle. We close the next 8-hour candle at. We close the next 8-hour candle at 10. So if by 10 we're still up here, we could potentially then gonna be looking for 11:45, 12:30 to break above this and start going up. But if by 10 o'clock we pull back and we get inside of this blue box, that's potentially telling me that we're gonna start sort of dropping throughout the night, or doing the same shit we did fucking today in the evening, just in the nighttime. We're gonna do all this, just buying time, but during the nighttime, just playing around here in this range. But if we, I'm actually box it up real quick. If we lose this from here, this is your rally. This is your standard. This is your core right here. So this is your core. My indicators also tell me the same shit. Like, hey, if you want to stay, keep on rallying. This is your cushion. The 1 hour, 12 hour candle, 1 hour candle. 1 hour candle starts breaking this. We're gonna go down to the second cushion. If we start breaking the second cushion, especially we get stuck here and look how where the gap is at. That's where the cushion is at too. So we start breaking this again. This is more alarming. You should then start bouncing up in the morning, or just so we again. This is very important. We're mostly gonna cancel this already. Break down tomorrow or in the evening, and then this is gonna be your target. Especially if we get bad news, bad data, bad whatever, so the market could then test the next trend line, and then again, it's gonna be the same shit as this. Are we gonna maintain it so we can bounce, or are we gonna actually break through it because of the war, they attack us, whatever, whatnot? So actually, let me change it to green. Also, so this is what we gotta do. Asia time. Iran barely blink after Trump's Iran surrender ultimatum because AI is all that matters right now. What the fuck do they mean? Training session to Wednesday. Give a fuck about that. Give a fuck about that. However, the president has escalated warning since then, asking Iran to admit defeat. If Iran surrenders, admit their navy is gone. This is stupid. Hey, think about how fucking embarrassing this is. He's saying weapons drop and hands held at high, each shouting "I surrender, while wildly waving the representative white flag, and if their entire remaining leadership signs all necessary documents of surrender and admits their defeat to the great power and the force of like magnificent United States." You really fucking think they're gonna fucking sign that shit, especially if you fucking talk to them like that, you fucking dumbass? You fucking idiot. So 7:45 to 8:30. If we don't break above here and close here at 9 o'clock, that way by 10:30 we're gonna be up here. Then from 11:45 to 12:30 we're gonna start playing again over the nighttime break as we get fucking good news. Especially if you tweet shit. If you tweet shit that oh shit, blah 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 blah, good news on the way, you're gonna see overnight maybe rally and do a double top and then come down again and again be in this area right here. Maybe at 1 or 2 in the morning, come back down and be bullshit in this area again overnight time. And as 5, 6:30 in the morning comes, we end up breaking it, canceling the trend line, or actually shoot on up to buy time to then come down and test it again and do all that fucking bullshit. Otherwise, if we start just slacking here, especially tomorrow in the morning, it's gonna tell me we're gonna cancel this trend line, and there's gonna be your crucial area, especially wait for any tweets, because again, we're not gonna have any data tomorrow. So it's gonna be Trump tweets and speeches they're gonna be doing or whatnot. It's making sense. So 7:45 to 8:30. If we start breaking down, we're gonna come down here at 10 o'clock, and then hopefully by 11:45, 12:30, we shoot on up enough to get out of here. Or again, if we get stuck in this box, we're gonna then start just canceling, closing, and we close a 4 candle, an 8 or a 12, breaking this trend line tomorrow. That's gonna be telling me, okay, cool, yeah, we're not gonna go up. We're gonna be waiting for Thursday. And then Thursday, because again, as we get closer to the end of the week, he had to say something. You can't just go from last week Friday saying, "I'm gonna bomb the shit out of them in the next 2 days" if they don't say nothing. To then on the weekend saying like, "Oh, this paperwork is about to be done," over to then coming out in the next week, and you're just saying repeating the same shit. You're just saying, "Hey, they better give up." You're just talking shit. So as a president, you gotta say something, do something, or you're going to, because like you're buying time. You're going to start saying shit Wednesday night from there on, because you know the data that's coming out. You know, they know what the fuck they're doing and shit. Um. So yeah, that's all. The Nasdaq is also waiting. This is a fake bullish move. This is a fake. This is fucking so fake. Or this whole rally is so fucking fake. It's driven by emotions of the war being over, not data, not fucking great earnings, not stupendous. Anyways, should I just stay here? 25 minutes. And if the S&P, it depends how the S&P goes up. If we have a slide fucking choppy going up bullshit, is normal. If we see actual crazy fucking spike like a green candle all of a sudden, that's because Trump actually did something and some deal it is gonna happen, and that's the only reason. But if we just see the choppy fucking little things that we've just been seeing the whole time here, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow overnight or tomorrow we pull back. Because again, there's nothing tomorrow. There's no economic data that we're looking forward to. So if we pull back overnight, it's not like in the morning we're gonna be expecting for the data. So we're gonna start rallying around 3 or 4 in the morning. So normally when we go down, we'll do this shit. We'll go down at 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning or so. 3, 4 o'clock will come. We'll create support, and as the market is about to open, we'll start going up. So if we do go down tonight, we're gonna go down, and again, our stops are gonna be down here. And then if it's really bad, we're gonna start breaking and close down here somewhere at 2 in the morning or 3 or somewhat like that. Otherwise, the tweeter man is gonna just keep the market stabilizing, bullish, just because of the tweets. But I don't feel we're gonna get actual news tomorrow or Thursday. I feel like we're gonna push it into the next week because of all these conflicts. Yeah, that's it so far right here. And also my indicator, watch, yeah, buying zone, buying zone, buying zone, buying zone. But why is it gonna explode? Why should it go up? Why? You don't have no data tomorrow. You're only gonna maybe open higher because of today's good news. But besides that, there's nothing else that's gonna make the market rise up early in the morning. Anyways, I'm repeating the same shit. Let me look at the indicator, how they are. Now, when you want to catch a good buy, especially after you want to catch it on a good sell when the volume, you want to catch it when the 1 hour candle goes to this price right here, negative 4.8. Around, you want it to come down here to go for a sweet buy, but you really want to also catch it in here. These are your sweet buying zones from the 1 hour candle. As you can see right here, we hit low, we start picking volume, and we end up going up. Now, if this would have turned blue and come down here, I would have fucking waited and catch for a real sweet move. But the candles were telling you that. Also, the 8 hour trend line. So now what I pay attention to is also the 15. Because the 15 for my oversold, overbought area is this bar right here. As you can see, we're still far away from it. Let me know that we can still rally overnight. And that might push it up here. Once we get up here, we might be overbought and then we'll start going down. So that's what I'm waiting for. You don't want to get in when you're already halfway in between the volume, the move. You want to catch it again when we go down, or you want to catch it on a sell when we're oversold. Coming to a 10, same shape for a 10. You want to catch a 10 when it's oversold to go for a sell, or you want to catch it down here in the 15-minute low or between here. So you buy here, you ride it, and this is your sell-off zone because you can see the resistance and just anyways. So now for the 5, still has volume. 2, still in the border, still playing in the border. Where you want to catch it, you want to catch it on these low moves when it comes to the 1 minute in this area. Now your sweet areas is when they come down here in this range, which is really hard and rare that it comes down all the way down here. But normally for the 1 minute, okay, normally for the 1 minute, this is the oversold area. So every time it gets here, notice how it goes up, it goes up, it goes up, it goes up, it goes up. So that's why you want to pay attention to once the 1 minute is somewhere in between here. Besides that, I don't really got no negative volume reader. They're all pretty much still bullish. So I'm just waiting for either a potential rise so it can be oversold, or a potential pullback so it can be oversold. Yeah, oversold and underbought, or however the fuck you say, just pretty much. I sound stupid fucking. But yeah, folks, that's all you guys. I know it doesn't make sense because the boxes. I don't give a fuck. That's all you guys. This is Brian Seacrest signing the fuck out. I already said 7:45, 8:30, you're breaking up. If we do, we're gonna most likely close here at 10. 10, 11:45, 12:30. We're gonna try to break above it and close here at 2. So then the market could come. We're most likely gonna fucking reject, come back down, and be here at 3, 4 in the morning, waiting for the market. Most likely end up canceling, breaking through this trend line, and be somewhere down here again tomorrow. I don't see the markets flying like crazy, unless again the fuck face says that the war is over and you put the paper and the sign and everything and whatnot. That's the only way we're gonna go up. All right, this is Brian Seacrest signing the fuck out.